Hi everyone, this is Taylor of Rejuve Medical Fitness. Today I'm going to be taking you through another dynamic warm-up routine. This one is more martial arts based, so I have quite an extensive history of martial arts, so I thought I'd give you something related to that. This is about a 15-minute routine. I'd like you to kind of watch through it a bit first before you attempt this. It's going to be a little bit more challenging than my other routine. It's going to involve a little bit more balance and coordination. So I'd just like you to watch through that a little bit first, make sure it's something you can handle, and then come back and try it out if you think it is. I will try to give you some modifications here and there, just to make things a little easier and make it possible for you in some way. All right, let's get into the first set of moves. So we're going to start with something called cross crawls. So we're going to make an X with our body. We're going to take our opposite hand and bring it to our opposite knee. So nice and slow to get started with. Make sure that looks possible. And then once you get used to it, bringing up the speed a little bit. Knee is coming up nice and high. We're going to keep that opposite hand in the air the entire time. Now to make this a little more challenging, you're going to look up at your hand that's in the air as you raise that leg. And that leg is coming all the way across. So it's not just in front like that, it's actually all the way across. Good. A couple more on this one. Excellent. So the next one's going to be touching our foot in behind, touching the flat of the foot. We're shifting all of our weight, rotating our trunk a little bit to be able to touch the bottom of the foot. And I'll show you guys this one from a different view here. Leg is coming in behind, touching, placing it back down. And trying to look up at that hand in the air if you can, and you want that little bit of extra challenge. So really great So this is a really great exercise for balance, and balance, as you guys know, is going to be really important no matter what age you are. It helps you prevent falls, which can be really dangerous. Okay, moving on to the next exercise, we have opposite arm, opposite leg. They're going to swing up at the same time. You may be tempted to do that. I've seen that quite a bit, but opposite hand, opposite leg. Very good. Couple more. Swinging it up as high as you can. Even if it's just there, that's okay. Good. Next one, we have same arm, same leg. Make sure you have nothing in behind you. Stretching out and holding. So I'm trying to make a nice straight line from my fingertips to my heel. This is going to depend on your flexibility and your balance a little bit here. So you might only be able to get that. That's okay. As you get better, getting into a nice straight line. Very good. Nice and focused. Lots of balance. Awesome. So this is a martial arts kind of style warm-up once again. Martial arts is really good for training a lot of things you don't see in typical workouts. Training your coordination, really important. Excellent. And now just for fun, if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, we're going to combine some of those cross crawl movements. So we're going to go back to the X. We're going to go in front and in behind. 1 and 2. And you can even take that touch out in between. And you can also look up at that hand in the air. 1 and 2. You can even add in a bunch of them in a row if you want to really challenge yourself. Awesome. We can even add in the other moves as well. So we could do opposite into the same. Opposite and same. To make it a little bit easier, you just touch down in between, or you can just swing it straight back. 1, 2. Focused and balanced. There we go. You can even put all of it together, all into one full set. 2, 3, 4. Kick the mirror behind me accidentally. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Couple more times. Do the best you can with it. Let's move on. So we've got one hand high, one hand low, crossing in the middle, opening up through the chest, bringing the arms out nice and wide. Keep the feet moving a little bit. You could even add the legs in a little bit as well. Always alternating which hand is on top. Good, a few more. Perfect, and then into ankle and wrist rolls. You can do this on opposite sides like me, or you could do it on the same side. Other way, and switch. Big rotations with the ankle and wrist, working on our coordination. Other way. Very good. And then we'll just go into nice big arm swings forwards like you're swimming. Rotating the body a little bit as you reach forward. Backwards, swimming backwards now. Perfect. And then rolling those shoulders, getting the elbows involved. So getting them up nice and high, bringing them back, forwards. Very good. Nice big rotations. All right, so now we're gonna go into a bit of a fighting stance here. So you've got one foot in front, one foot in behind. Our hands are up to protect our head. And we'll just practice a little bit of a skip. So we just shift forward and back, nice and gently. Or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, keeping yourself on the balls of your feet, hopping forward and back. From this position, we can switch a little bit as well. So switching every couple of hops, getting light on our feet. Once you've got that down, we're just going to add in some punches. So we have our jab, punching directly in front. I'm turning my body and extending through the arm. And then you just maintain that as you're hopping on your feet. And feel free to switch sides. Fully twisting and extending. And if that hopping is a little bit too much for you, you can just work on the punch. Good, we'll go back to our first side again. We're gonna do the cross punch now. I'm rotating and I'm punching with my rear hand, pivoting on my back foot. Perfect, so we have a nice dynamic movement here. Try the other side. Pivoting, rotating, punching with the backhand. There we go. Let's switch it back. Let's put them together. 1, 2. 1, 2. Extending, extending. You've always got one hand protecting your head. And then just adding in that hop intermittently. Try out the other side a little bit. Really great way to work on the arms a little bit here. Awesome, a few more. Keep those feet moving. That's it. Good, okay. So we're gonna go into a horse stance now. So that is a wide stance like this, bending through the knees, keeping the toes pointing out. We're trying to keep our knees in line with our ankles. From there, we're gonna just sink nice and low, resting our arms on the inside of the legs. Now you're gonna shift side to side gently. Very gently, side to side, rocking the hips. Should feel like you're opening up through the hips a little bit. So I'm kind of trying to push my knees out as I'm doing this. Getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh here. Good, and from here, hands on the legs, we're gonna rotate our trunk. Big circles, keeping the eyes looking forwards. And you can go as wide as you want with those circles, or you can go a little smaller if you want to as well. Other way. Very good, trying to keep that back straight as much as you can so there's no rounding down. And we can prevent that by just keeping our eyes forward. Good. Okay, maintaining our horse stance, we are now going to slowly shift our weight to one side and drive the knee up, bringing it wide into that horse stance again. Bringing the knee up as high as you can. Once you get a little better at it, you can transition a little bit quicker. And your horse stance can just be as wide as you want it to be. So if you're not quite comfortable going low yet, it can just be like that. As you get better, sinking all the way down, bringing that knee up nice and high. As you can see, I'm not hunching over at all. My back is staying up tall the entire time. Perfect. Now we're gonna keep that horse stance again. We're gonna look to one side. I have my hands up in a guard still. I'm gonna step my feet together. I'm gonna step up, raise a knee, kick with the flat of my foot, put the foot back down, step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I'm doing here is called a chamber. That means my knee comes up and it's back up again before I put my foot back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm stepping back to that horse stance every time. There we go. And your kick can be whatever height you want it to be. It can even be just a low one because we're still getting warmed up. As you get better at it, you start kicking a little bit higher. Great, let's switch sides. We're looking the other way. Feet step together, knee, kick, place the foot back down, step back into the horse. Very good. Reaching up high with that kick as high as you can. Hitting with the flat of the foot. So my toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Excellent, a couple more. Keep breathing. Last one. Good, and we'll finish with a nice challenging one here. Your legs might be burning, but do the best you can. We're gonna either step our feet or hop our feet together. So the step is gonna be 1, 2. The hop is just gonna be nice and quick like that. So you can go together, back out, together, back out. 1, 2, or you can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Kind of more stepping to the sides. And we're stepping into that horse stance. Or for that little bit more challenge. And you can go as wide as you want with that stance. I'm not really jumping a whole lot. I'm keeping my feet fairly close to the ground. My back is staying up tall. I should feel like my quads are working quite a bit. Remember to keep breathing. And good. So from the bottom of that horse stance, we're just gently going to roll up our back. So we're going to try to keep our eyes forward and our back fairly straight. Pushing the hips up, rolling through the upper back until you get back up tall. Let's do it one more time. Sinking back into the horse, back straight, eyes forward, push the hips up, and then rolling through the upper back. At the top, we're just going to reach our arms out, reaching one high, reaching one arm in behind, and then alternating sides. Holding each end position just for a second or two, getting a nice stretch. I'm pivoting on my back foot, really feeling that nice trunk rotation. Couple more. And good, shake it out a bit. It's good to do these a couple times per week. So it's nice to be able to keep yourself accountable. So write on a calendar and say that you're gonna do your dynamic routines on these days and then really stick to that schedule. It's gonna help you follow through with the goals that you set for yourself and gonna keep you accountable. Wonderful, thanks for joining me for that martial arts warm-up routine. So if you did enjoy seeing some more martial arts based content like that, please let me know and I can definitely do more. Martial arts, once again, is just a really great way to work out the body in a little bit of a different way, work the muscles a little differently, work on your coordination, balance, and of course, some self-defense skills. So this has been Taylor of Rejuve Medical Fitness. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.